Hi, and welcome to More to Media on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Jeff Swartz, and I have a fantastic guest. I've known her for a number of years, Yvonne McAteer, who is one of the co-founders from Outpace Digital Marketing. And I'm really excited to have her on and chat with me today. Thanks for being on, Yvonne.
Thank you, Jeff. I have to say, I feel like I should be interviewing you. You have so many insights in this industry, but I appreciate you having me.
No, I appreciate that. I mean, the best way I've gotten the insights is by talking to other people and doing things like this. So I appreciate Daily Ad Brief having me as a host so we can get linked up and kind of expedite that as well too. But you know a lot, you have some really great experience, and I want to dive into that a little bit. But first, what I want to do is I want to just kind of like, whenever somebody says, okay, in 30 seconds, describe your business, what is your 30-second elevator pitch?
So we're a full service digital marketing agency that frankly really focuses on the alignment of sales and marketing to grow top line revenue. We're super passionate about the relationship between sales and marketing and really leveraging that to speak the right message to your audience as well as grow your individual business revenues.
Awesome. And you have a very strong corporate background as well too. So one of the things I just want to touch on really quickly, because I know this audience is maybe someone who's transitioned from corporate to, small business or is thinking about it, some of those things as well too. Why did you take the leap? Why did you decide that you needed to open up Outpace?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we saw a real opportunity to do things differently. Obviously, being in the corporate sector, I had the opportunity to lead sales teams and work really closely with marketing teams and worked with a lot of agencies and a lot of creative folks and a lot of consultants in the space. And we felt that there was an opportunity to do things a little differently, bring a different lens to marketing. Again, as I mentioned, leveraging that sales piece. So we had a great run at corporate and had a great opportunity to really grow the businesses that we worked for, but saw an opportunity to really help businesses get a little bit of a different experience with marketing agencies and the overall approach to marketing and kind of take that out in the marketplace and democratize it, if you will, in terms of giving lots of companies the opportunity to grow and take that corporate experience and bring it out into small and mid-sized businesses, because a lot of small and mid-sized businesses have not had that corporate experience. And there is a ton that we learned through that process that we now bring out to our customers.
I love that. And I also know that one of your biggest differentiators that we've talked about in the past is value proposition, having working with clients that understand it and that they have a good baseline on it as well too, right? But my question is two parts. A, why is value proposition so important? And then B, what do you do when you come across a company that doesn't have it figured out?
Mm-hmm. So value proposition is super important because it helps your buyer identify two things: what they're going to get from working specifically with you, what is the business outcome that they're going to get by working with you, and secondly, how you are different from your competitive set. Really quick story. Gartner just did a study. Buyers actually don't want more choices. There's a little bit of a misunderstanding in the marketplace. They just want more confidence in you as a choice. So that puts you as a provider of a product or a service the opportunity to really hone in on that value proposition, how you different from your competitive set, and how help that buyer make the decision to select you by enhancing and making very clear how you're different. And your second part of the question, I'll tell a really quick story from corporate, if I may. So this was probably 10 years ago now. I was leading the sales team and we brought in a consultant, right? And we had all of our leaders sit in this room. You all have been there, right? Whiteboards, strategy sessions. You've taken all your senior leaders out of the operation and brought them into this room to work with this consultant. And the consultant says to us, we were working on a little bit of a branding change. And he says, what's your value proposition? How are you different from your competitors? And think about the talent, right, that was in this room and the senior most level people. And we were a little dumbfounded. Some people didn't know. Other people thought they knew, but said something different than somebody else. And this was the leadership team of the room. So what I learned from that experience was two things. You have to be intentional about your value proposition. Don't assume that it's clear internally and certainly not clear externally. And secondly, I think what the disadvantage to that scenario, and with all due respect to the consultant that we brought in, hence why we founded our own firm and are trying to do things differently, he didn't help us get to it. So what we do is two things. We dig in to pull out what your value proposition is. So we look at people, process, technology, right? The operations of the product or service, to really dig in and find those things that are differentiators and then message them and package them. And secondly, that it's super important that your leadership team is aligned. And if you aren't clear on the value proposition, your buyer certainly isn't. And therefore, you're frankly leaving revenue, money, market share on the table if that's not clear.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. I think that it's a very intelligent way about going, but simple way about going about things, right? That even at a corporate level, like you don't always think about it, or you have different opinions and it's not reinforced. Maybe it was created a long time ago and then not reinforced. So I really love that insight. I really enjoyed talking with you today on More to Media. And if you want to get in touch with Yvonne or her company, Outpace, we'll have the descriptions in the details below at dailyadbrief.com. Thank you so much for your time today, Yvonne, and we'll see you next time on More to Media.
Thank you.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.